Have you ever wondered what it's like to live like the other side? The fast cars, the massive mansions, and the designer clothes? Just as you sit here dreaming of the finer things in life, so would a young ambitious boy from Brackenfell High School have done during the 2000s. You see, in what has become a regular occurrence in South African rugby, inspirational stories of rags to riches seem to be part and parcel with the Springbok brand at the moment. By now, we're sure you've heard the unbelievable story of Siya Kolbe's rise to Springbok superstardom, or Makazola Mapimpi's heartbreaking silver lining tale. But perhaps there's one more chronicle that you haven't heard, and that is the incredible story of Cheslin Kolbe. Growing up around gangsters and gunshots, Kolbe now finds himself being amongst the richest rugby players in the world. But how exactly did that happen? Well, to find out more, you'll have to join us as we take a deeper look into the millionaire lifestyle of the world's best winger. But before we do that, we ask that you like the video, subscribe to our channel, and leave your comments down below. Your engagement allows us to keep bringing you the best rugby content on YouTube. Now, without further ado, let's get back to the Pocket Rocket. Long before he was zooming around in Mercs, starring on the cover of GQ magazine or winning World Cups, Cheslin Kolbe walked the mean streets of one of South Africa's most dangerous suburbs. In the heart of Kraaifontein, on the outskirts of Cape Town, a young Cheslin Kolbe grew up just a stone's throw away from the rich and famous. And yet the harsh reality of Kraaifontein was a far cry from the luxurious lifestyle of his Cape Townian neighbours. His area was riddled with sky-high crime rates and filled with gang-related activity, and so a young Cheslin's first thought was on preservation, and secondly on rugby. He and his friends grew up tough in an environment where success is hard to come by. In a world where few managed to break the mold, Kolbe was determined to be more than just another statistic. But how could he do this? As a little kid with no foreseeable future prospects in what he loved? You see, Cheslin Kolbe has been labelled too small. Too small in life and too small for sport, but sport is what he loved, and nothing pulled at his heartstrings quite like the game of rugby. With rugby being like a religion in South Africa, it would come as no surprise that Cheslin found himself falling in love with the game. He got his first taste of rugby by running on the sidelines while his father Andrew took to the field for a local rugby club. Rugby was in his DNA, but size wasn't. Yet despite his small stature, Cheslin found himself attending various provincial trials at age group level. Even though he possessed lightning speed and a step like no other, he was told by coaches that he was simply too small to make it into professional rugby. Seriously considering giving up on his dreams, it was his father Andrew who steered Cheslin in the right direction, and the rest, as they say, is history. In 2012, Cheslin Kolbe commenced an unlikely career in professional rugby in the famous blue and white stripes of Western Province. It didn't take too long for him to have fans on the edge of their seats with his exciting style of attacking rugby, which would lead to further recognition down the line. Only a year later, despite weighing only 75 kilograms and standing at 5'7", Kolbe broke into the Stormers setup in what looked to be a long-term successor move for the equally nimble Gio Aplon. In that same year, Kolbe made his debut for the Blitzbokke and quickly made waves in the 7th Circuit. But unfortunately, for the next few years, this is as good as things would get for Kolbe. For 4 years, he punched above his weight and played out of his socks at times, but Springbok honours eluded him, and so he made the lucrative move to France to represent Toulouse. In a case of absence makes the heart grow fonder, South African rugby soon saw what they were missing out on. In stepped Rassie Erasmus, and since then, Kolbe has been one of the first names on the team sheet. International rugby has given him the platform to truly showcase his ability, and after winning everything there is to win, including 2 Rugby World Cups, Cheslin Kolbe is right at the top of the wanted list for clubs around the world, meaning that he can demand a very hefty price. Kolbe has played for some of the wealthiest clubs in world rugby, including French super giants Toulouse and Toulon, as well as Japanese club the Tokyo Sungoliath. When Kolbe switched alliances between the French rivals, it is reported that his deal was worth a whopping €1 million per season. After a few years on the stunning French coast and getting paid rather well to do so, Kolbe made the move to Japan. It is reported that in Tokyo, Kolbe is netting just shy of €1 million per season in a far less physical league. This has been a factor in many Bok players appearing so fresh come the international season, which brings us to our next point. Yes, Cheslin Kolbe doesn't only earn a salary from his club. It is reported that in green and gold, Kolbe is able to earn approximately between €10,000 and €15,000 per appearance. Therefore, in a regular season where Kolbe plays 10 times for the Springboks, Springboks, he can earn an extra €150,000, if not more. For our Springbok fans out there, just multiply that by 20. And yes, that's a lot of rands that the little guy is raking in. Of course, this doesn't take into account all the endorsement deals which Cheslin Kolbe has managed to align himself with. As one of the most recognizable figures in world rugby, and with a very marketable look, Cheslin is sponsored by Nike to start with. He then serves as a brand ambassador for a number of companies, which include Investec, Devco Group, and, believe it or not, Prime Energy Drink. Now, while we highly doubt that Cheslin actually enjoys the taste of Prime, which was made famous by YouTubers Logan Paul and KSI, we're sure he doesn't mind the look of the dollar bills that come in from promoting the product. He has also been partnered with Momentum, and from all the different Mercedes-Benz on his social media pages, it would appear that the German car giant sponsor the former 7-star as well. Although with the money he is earning at the moment, we doubt he'd struggle to afford them. Despite living the life in Tokyo, Kolbe has sown his seed firmly in South Africa. In a far more affluent area to the one he grew up in around Cape Town, Kolbe has purchased a stunning double-story house in a wealthy estate in Western Cape. With a blackened-out exterior which matches his C63 AMG, Cheslin and his beautiful wife Layla are happy to be home in Cape Town when the Japanese season ends. Known for his selflessness as well, Cheslin has set up the Cheslin Kolbe Foundation, a non-profit organization aimed at sports development, education, and community upliftment within grassroots levels in less fortunate areas. His wife Layla plays an important role in helping Cheslin achieve their goals for the charity organization by providing underprivileged communities in feeling hopeful for the future. Growing up quickly around him while he jets off around the world to represent his nation is his 3 young children. Determined to give his children a far better upbringing to the one he experienced, Cheslin Kolbe has worked tirelessly to become one of the best players in world rugby. The proof of this, you ask? Well, just take the fact that he was nominated for the World Player of the Year last season. In between paid partnerships with L'Oreal and Nescafe, Cheslin and the Kolbe family have been seen taking trips to the white sandy beaches of Mauritius, amongst other amazing holiday destinations. At 31 years of age, the sky is truly the limit for the kid who became Kraaifontein's most famous son. Through his dedication and talent, Cheslin Kolbe was able to change the life of not only himself, but his entire family as well. With a reported net worth of about €4 million, it's safe to say that Kolbe has certainly monetized his rugby ability in an excellent way. Only finding himself behind Owen Farrell and Finn Russell, Cheslin Kolbe is the 3rd highest paid player on the planet. Not bad for a guy who was once called too small for the game he has made look easy. As a role model for so many around the world and a symbol of hope for the little guy, the Scrum Cap Power Ranger has done South Africa so very proud. There is no denying that Cheslin Kolbe deserves all the success that has come his way. With 39 test caps to his name and a trophy cabinet which will see him go down as one of the all-time greats, how much more can Kolbe achieve? While that may be uncertain, we can be sure that we'll be glued to our seats when he runs out for the box again this season. From chaotic circumstances to being the king from Kraaifontein. Well, now that you've heard our take on Cheslin Kolbe's millionaire lifestyle, it's time for you to have your say down below. As always, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out some of our other videos, which should be appearing on your screen, like this video. Subscribe to our channel and keep an eye out for plenty more amazing rugby content to come. Until next time, bye for now.